Hello all, this is JC3 from Is This Real? Do you want to start your own podcast? Then look no further than Buzzsprout.com. We here at Green Hour Media use Buzzsprout, and we love the team at Buzzsprout. They are all about helping you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed in every major podcast platform. Follow the link in our show notes to let Buzzsprout know that we sent you. It gets you a $20 paid Amazon gift card if you sign up with a paid plan and helps support our show. Join us and over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout.com to get your message out to the world.
Live from the Keithman Zakalo Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media presents Is This Real? Tonight's episode, Shapeshifters. Are they real? What are they? Now our host, Joe.
Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Is This Real? On this week's episode, we are talking about shapeshifters. Now, I know usually I introduce people, and I will do that exact same thing right now. Dad, welcome. Thank you for that intro.
Welcome.
Mr. West in the building.
Oh, konbanwa, motherfucker.
Okay.
Mama.
And
Mama Guebo.
Overblockson. What's up, Roblox?
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody?
So, I mentioned that this week's topic is shapeshifters, gentlemen. And with shapeshifters, we've been talking a lot about shapeshifters the last couple of weeks. You know, skinwalkers, bit werewolves, lizard people.
You were going to say bear bros?
Yeah, bear wolves. And, you know, even vampires, they're considered shapeshifters. You know, so let's generalize that and go deeper into the shapeshifting mythos.
That works for me.
So, the shapeshifters in mythology, folklore, and shut the fuck up, all right? God damn it. And in fiction, shapeshifting is the ability to physically transform through an inherently subhuman ability.
That's right, gather
Divine intervention, demonic manipulation, sorcery, spells, or having inherited the ability. There we go. Fuck off, Dad. The idea of shapeshifting is the oldest form of totemism. Yes, I said that correctly. Shamanism. I said that correctly, too. As well as the oldest existent literature in epic poems, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh.
I got a question.
And the Iliad. I was talking. The concept remains a common trope in modern fantasy, children's literature, and pop culture. Okay, Dad, go on.
Do you ever have a problem? No, never mind. I can't. I was just wondering.
If you say if I ever have a problem eating.
No. I was just wondering, like, do you ever have a problem speaking and pronouncing your words?
Pronouncing?
When you're ordering?
Oh, fuck off, all right?
I've always heard, you know, what would you like, sir? I'd like chicken fingers, and can I have waffle fries with that?
Anyway.
I mean, you talk like Clarence Darrow, for Christ's sake.
Anyway. So there is a lot of folklore and mythology compared with shape-shifting. You have the Greco-Roman, the British and Irish, or the Celtic mythology, the Norse.
It's like Thor and shit, right?
Yeah, I believe so, right, Joshua?
Yeah.
You have other lore, the Armenian, Indian, Philippines, Tatar, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Somalian, Southern African, the Trinidad and Tobago, Mapuche, which is Argentina and Chile.
So pretty much everywhere in the world.
Slavic mythology, and there's also, you know, folklore. So yeah, there's everyone.
You can generalize it and just say the shapeshifters in north, south, east, and west.
Yeah. So basically everyone. You know, there's no Russian shapeshifters.
They shoot them.
In Mother Russia.
That's probably why there is no.
Shapeshift you.
They probably shot them already.
There we go with the Russian audience. Thank you,
Hey,
Moscow.
It's not Japan, so I don't care.
No German either. Well, does German Norse?
They
No,
have
it's
where
not,
they
right?
have werewolves. They have werewolves.
Norse has nothing to do with Germany.
Oh fuck!
They have werewolves.
They're a shapeshifter. Anyway, so you have
I'm
all
not wrong.
these mythologies and different cultures that have a different type of, I guess, a shapeshifter, if you will.
A morphing entity.
Yeah, and
Step your vocabulary up, bro. Come on.
fuck off,
Challenge
all
me.
right?
I don't know shit either. It's all good.
So, Joshua, before I sneeze, do you have anything about the Norse mythology?
Yes, sir. I could talk about that. It is one of my favorite topics, Norse mythology.
We are vaccinated, folks.
Didn't realize that was a prerequisite, but okay, let's go.
He sneezed.
Okay,
Bless me, thank me.
in
You're welcome.
Norse mythology, the people attribute the power of shapeshifting to their gods. Now, people who know Norse mythology would know like one of the biggest ones would be Loki, the god of chaos and mischief.
Hey.
He was particularly fond of shapeshifting because he could literally take any shape, form that he wanted.
Thus,
Him having some love affairs with other gods and beings ended up being a father to several different monsters themselves.
Such as?
Well, hold on. Some of them couldn't really shapeshift. They just became the monsters they were.
which is ugly.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. Another
Horrendous beings. Inhuman.
one. Okay, whatever.
Is it real? We don't know. We'll never know.
Well, in
I
Norse,
wasn't there.
in Norse mythology, there isn't just one. There is many. Another one would be Freya, the goddess of love and fertility. She, it was a little different for her. She had a cloak of falcon feathers, and that allowed her to transform.
Sounds hard.
Yeah, kind of. And it allows her to transform into a falcon at will anytime she wanted. Likewise, the father of all these people would be
Gods,
Odin.
not people.
They're people. It doesn't matter.
They're not people.
God's people. They're the same thing. They
They're
just
not
have.
people.
They're just people with power.
They're not people with power. They're gods. There's a difference. God is not a person. God is an entity. God is spiritual.
They're not real. They're mythology.
I understand that, but they're not people.
Shut up. The next person to talk about or God,
Stop
if you
thinking this
want
is
to
Marvel.
Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter. The next one, and the biggest offender, which I was talking to your sister about earlier, was Odin.
Or the biggest Avenger.
Because it's the
Odin
biggest
wasn't an
trope.
Avenger.
The biggest trope when it comes to shapeshifting in any type of mythology happens to be the father figure of all of them. And in this case, Odin is no stranger to that because he would like to transform into an eagle.
Cool.
You really did that.
I told you.
Oh my god. Anyway, another similar one with people.
Stab him with the Israel mug.
Yeah, no, I really want to. Another one that is similar to that, if people do not know, would be Zeus. And he was quite literally the biggest offender of turning into any type of animals. His favorite would be either an eagle, owl, or something of the flying type.
Well, isn't it also true that both Zeus and Odin couldn't keep their dick in their pants?
I was getting to that. That's what I was going to say. That's why they're the biggest offenders, because they would go turn into some kind of a flying animal, find a random woman in the village,
And just fuck them.
make love to them.
That's called rape, folks. Let's just be real.
Okay, I'm not saying it isn't, Eric. Calm down.
That's the new show title. Let's just be real.
I'm not arguing that fact. I'm saying that they both liked to change
Rape.
into
They
different
liked
animals.
to rape.
And
I'm sorry, folks.
Okay.
This show actually took off on a bad note. It really did. We were
But
in the
they
shitter
shift.
before we even got
But
here.
they shift.
Oh, excuse me.
They're
They're shapeshifters. We're talking about the Norse and gods that are shapeshifters.
yes, it's a.
Listen, just because you are not interested in the title doesn't
It's
mean
not that I'm not interested in the title. Let's get to something meaty here.
well, that's what I
this
was
is
saying.
meaty.
Will we shut the fuck up? Let him talk, please. Jeez.
We're enhancing his definitions of these characters.
First off, get yourself some reading and fundamental and come back to us when you can talk.
Diome.
You know what? Okay,
Diome.
calm down, hair club for men. All right.
All right.
Is this going to be an insulting show, Tubby? Because we could go all night.
Hey, we can sit there and assault all night. I don't give a fuck.
Diome.
Easy, number 6, supersize. Calm down.
All right, children.
Sorry, Dad.
Can I continue?
Yes.
Thank you.
I apologize to everyone.
Odin, like Zeus, and it's a father trope in many mythologies that they like to transform into birds, fly into unsuspecting people's houses, namely women, have sex with them, and probably pose as another man.
Violate.
Oh, I was about
Get
to say,
them pregnant and then fly
I was about
off.
to say, did they pose as a human or did they fuck him as a bird? Because
No,
that's
there's
kind of weird.
Well, at least for Zeus, there was 1 or 2 times that I know of that
What?
from my
I
history.
kind of actually like this because
Excuse me? You like that they're raping?
No, I like the
they
fact
would
that
stay as animals and have sex.
right. You can
apparently.
stay. Look. Hey, Sophie. See, none of you guys are old enough to remember the Pussy Drought of '82. Okay.
Wait, which is the new documentary coming by Green Arrow Media pretty soon.
When you couldn't, you couldn't
In the summer
find-
of 2022.
But
Pussy
think
Drought
about
of
it. Think about
82.
it. You can shape
40 years later.
You can. There's still a drought. You can.
That is your problem.
Oh my god.
Okay. And
Oh my god.
What are we talking
Oh
about
my
here?
god.
Shapeshifters.
Shifting your shape.
Shape-shifting shapers. Now,
Shifting
you can
your shape.
if you can be a shapeshifter and you can fly into a, you can go into a bird.
You would
You
rape.
can fuck the birds. If somehow
He's not wrong. They
if
would-
somehow there was no bird pussy around, you can fuck. Go change yourself into
Eric
a
is
fucking.
higher than pigeon pussy.
Okay. So you can, imagine the possibilities. You could be fucking every night something different.
Yeah, niggas is
Oh.
bugging.
I mean, that's
Okay.
not wrong. There has been 1 or 2
Yeah, niggas
instances.
bugging.
Okay,
Not
he's
that they're
that's
legit.
fine. He's not wrong
Bugging.
technically, but you're like
Yeah, bugging.
Reaching a little.
not. You're reaching a lot. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna
bugging.
sit there and okay, we're gonna say we're talking about they're all fiction. It's all mythology, but if they could turn to birds and fuck other birds.
It's not wrong, technically. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically the gist of Norse mythology and their shapeshifting. There is some little tidbits where they were saying that shamans believe by entering a ritual state, they can send their spirit out of their body and into the shape of an animal and roam around the world. It is a little weird. They have other terms that would link them to warriors known as berserkers, but it's a little far off. Basically wearing animal skin, all that type of stuff, mind-altering drugs, etc., etc.
Shout
All
out
right.
to the mushrooms.
So, when we get back from break, because we're going to take a quick break right now, I want to talk about the Celtic mythology because it's kind of interesting, even though I'm probably going to butcher all the lettering.
Are those Vikings?
We'll talk about that when we get back from break, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. West.
All right.
And we'll be back. Are you looking for a vinyl LP or cassette tape? 45 RPM? If so, you've come to the right place. Golden Spins. We have thousands of titles in stock and ready to ship. Call us at 862-336-2275 or go to our store at discogs.com/seller/goldenspins/profile. We can find whatever you may need. We proudly accept PayPal and every major credit card. And we are back. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Our minds are not back, but, we're back in voice.
In spirit.
So, shut up. Jesus. In spirit. So, I talked about the Celtic mythology on my way out.
So are those Vikings or not?
No, they're not Vikings. They're
Motherfucker.
the basically okay. So in all of these mythologies that you read of, the Celtic, the Norse, the Greco-Roman, which is like Zeus and all that. Basically, so Norse and Greco-Roman are like. Stop spraying me with stuff. Stop it. It's like gods and goddesses. So basically, take God of War. And that's what you got, right? Those gods and goddesses, which is Greco, I believe that, right? That's what God of War was on.
God of War.
Which is Greco-Roman,
Yes.
Zeus and all that. Yeah,
exactly.
It wasn't Norse.
No, Norse is totally different.
So basically, the Celtic mythology is the same type of it's God, the goddess.
Oh,
of
that's that pagan shit.
Yeah, you have Quill, and it's God. You have Quill, who transformed by Aaron into Aaron's own shape, and Aaron transformed himself into Quill. So basically, this guy, they transformed into each other.
What the fuck?
And so that they could trade places for a year and a day. Now remember, this is all.
Yeah, this is all old.
It's all old. You're talking about old names.
This was their belief. No,
no
no disrespect to nothing. But
this is the potato-y in.
I can't fathom this right now.
The only saving grace
really
for Joey right now
right
is
now.
a lot of those old names are really hard to pronounce to begin with.
Well, Quill is not hard, and
I'm
Aaron,
saying some of them, not all.
Aaron. And then
You mean A?
Lib, yeah, no, it's Arawn. Aaron. And then Lud Ap Silcoed transformed his wife and attendants into mice to attack a crop in revenge. No one cares. This is amazing. We have touched a subject that we hit basically 3 weeks in a row now.
I do believe in shapeshifters. I do. And,
We're not even done with the show, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not done with believing."
No, I mean, look, I believe the fact that, going back to skinwalkers, I do believe the skinwalkers are part of this, and yeah, I do believe they exist. There's too many witnesses out there,
Which would be a Native American,
right? The Navajos. So I believe that's. I
lore.
don't have any evidence of anything else. I don't, other than again what Josh said earlier, the mythology. And once you start getting into mythology, to me, I lose it there because basically
It's too old for me.
it's just it's shit that's fed down over the ages. And
Here's the thing, though.
and even if it started as green, it's going to end up as orange. You know what I mean?
The thing that interests me about this in particular is that this is such. There's so many lores and so many so many different cultures have their own type of shapeshifter.
Right.
That you could sit there and say that somewhere this had to start. Somewhere this had there had
Someone
to be
shifted their shape.
Yes, something had to shift their shape for someone to be like. Now, granted, in different lores, they're not going to call them shapeshifters. That's just a general English term that English-speaking people gave because we're very
Bland. Like
bland
toast.
people. But they turn around and say, if you can't have 50 different lores about something that is not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. But where is
I feel like it's just an old human fable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel. I feel like this is just stories that have been passed down over the years. And what are they based on? Where's that evidence? Where's the proof that?
Well, this is gonna go. This is a very outstretched one, but I'm gonna equate it. You could say the same thing about Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ walked on the earth. He was real.
How do you
There's
know?
witnesses. Because he wrote stuff in the Bible. He was there.
He did not write anything in the Bible.
Jesus Christ was
The Bible is man-made, written from third person.
You're absolutely right. But, over time, there's been documented, Jesus was documented.
From where?
Scrolls, ancient writings. He was there. It's not just,
I've never heard of any of these. Besides the Bible, I've never heard of
then
any
why do you believe in
documents.
Jesus?
Because it's my broad. I believe Jesus Christ because of where I.
So
grew
where
up
did
and-
so how does that allege to shifting to?
Because no, it's
shape-shifting?
the same type of lore type of thing. It's you're talking about things that were passed down from generation to generation. That you can say that it's human folklore, but there's no proof of it. You know what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
See, it's a loose connection. It's a loose theory, connection.
All right, I get that, but still, I mean, again, if I'm going to believe in shapeshifters from the Nordic states or the Baltic states or whatever you want to call it, that are based on their own beliefs over time. I don't have any documents. I don't have any scrolls that said today we saw a shapeshifter turn. water into wine or heal a blind man or cure a leper or whatever the hell else he did. Well,
do you know when the Bible was written?
No, I was kind of
A
young.
long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
No. The Bible was written in one of the the meeting of the popes and whatever, not the popes, the Catholic Church meeting, whatever the fuck that's called. I forget, Anthony knows the name of it. It was like the second meeting of whatever the fuck they come together and talk about shit.
The second meeting of Trent?
I don't know. It could be Trent. It could be Steve. I don't know.
Did you do any research for this show?
Oh, I didn't expect to get into talking about Jesus Christ in the show.
Well, you brought him up.
That's what I'm saying. So let me just, be
You
here.
made that dopey comparison.
Anyway, but there's so many, like I was saying before, you rudely interrupted. There's so many
Wasn't rude.
lores and just different cultures that have this thing, this being in it. So how could it not be? If it was just one, if you had the Celtic, the Norse, I can't get that last syllable, and the Greco-Roman, where it's like, oh, they're gods and goddesses and stuff like that, just shape-shifting. Okay, that's all mythology, that's all fables, it's all just stuff they believed in at the time, and growing as a people, as a society, you grow out of that. But when you have different religions, different societies, different cultures have their own version of shapeshifters and stuff like that, how could it not be based on something true then?
Well, again, it isn't. If that's what it's based on, and my own personal belief is, I'm a proof guy. I want to see proof. That's all. I mean, I believe. I agree with you saying, about the Jesus aspect. I get it, but you also got to put it into context here. That what shapeshifters? Is the Celtics calling one thing a shapeshifter, and the Germans calling another thing a shapeshifter? Are they indeed shapeshifters? Are they something that transforms into something different? And then you got the mythological aspect. And to me, I'm sorry, you add mythological stuff to it.
Well,
I just lose it at that point.
In all these other lores, you have the Armenian lore where their shapeshifter includes a hang or a nang. It's a serpentine river monster that can transform itself into a woman or seal and will drown humans and then drink their blood.
All right, is there anybody that has a story about that?
Well, I mean, the ocean's a pretty big place, so I mean that one could be real.
I mean, you could sit there and probably search it up and find stories.
Well, I don't know. I see, now again, going back to the skinwalkers, there's proof. There's people who have seen this. There's people who have seen a man turn into a wolf. It's rare. It's not like it happens every hour, but there's people who have seen it, and there's people who have seen, other entities in the American Southwest. So, to me, I'm going to believe that more than I'm going to believe something mythological.
Well, we're going to take another short little break, and then I'll talk about the other lores and the little definitions that basically are like what you're talking about with the skinwalkers.
No, I want to hear what Block thinks.
We'll hear what Block thinks after the break, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Hey, Ryan. Hi, this is Sarah Palin.
Ryan, Donald Trump Jr.
Harsh to win seal. Hey, everybody, I want y'all to check out a fellow Marines podcast.
My name is Ted Nugent, and I got a call from my buddy Ryan F. Samuels, and he wants me to tell you that he's a working hard, playing all-American son of a who is celebrating God, family, country.
Welcome to the Ryan Samuels Show, one of the top political podcasts in the United States, where we have a healthy distrust for government and mainstream media. The Ryan Samuels Show is a raw, unfiltered look at American politics.
Hey, how you doing? You like movies? We like movies. You like music? So do we. And books, and video games, and television. We are Multimedia Mafia, and we like to discuss all of those things. And we drop a new episode every single Wednesday. So come check us out or a couple of guys from Jersey is going to pay you a visit.
And we are back after being told to jerk someone off.
You called me old, you fat fuck.
Okay, this was during whatever. Anyway, in other lores, I just talked about the Armenian.
No.
Oh, Joshua, what do you think?
Nick Mangold wants to know.
He's really serious about it. Okay, so to the point you made about the one with the shapeshifter in the ocean, and Eric said it's crazy, for lack of better words.
Well, he said it could be real, though.
That's what I was gonna say. It could be crazy. It could be real.
It's wild.
It's a 50-50 thing because it could have been real.
He's
and
on the
that's
fence, ladies and gentlemen. He's on the fence. That's what it means.
Let me finish. It's a 50-50 thing because maybe people did see something like that happen, but not necessarily the shape-shifting aspect. And the ocean is a vast place. Someone could have seen just some random giant anaconda or something like that come up and eat someone and then just go away.
It's
that
funny.
Could have been an instance, but did they see the shape-shifting aspect? And that there just could have been some type of lore or mythology or story that was created from someone back then who saw that happen.
It's funny you say that, though, because I'm looking down this list of basically all the other different lores, and most of what they all have in common, it's either a wolf type creature like a fox or a dog, or it's a snake, or some type of serpent. That's what they all have in common. It's something like that is shape-shifting its way into being a woman. And what I've also seen a lot on here too is demon, which if you get into the religious aspect,
if you get into the demonic part of it, they can transform, and they have transformed themselves into anything. But again, like I go back to an earlier episode where I told you guys, when a demon decides to show itself, something's always going to be wrong with it. It can it can walk up to you like Marilyn Monroe, but it has no legs. Or it can look like the best fucking woman you've ever seen in your life, but her eyes are missing. There's always it's some kind of law that God had set forth or whatever. I don't know, but it's, I do believe that the demonic can do that. There are millions and millions of testimonies about that. The Vatican is filled with stories about that. So I would have to say they're the ultimate. They're the ultimate shapeshifters if you really want to get into it. And they're the ones that they branch out to everything else. And if that's the case, and they are indeed the ones that are doing it, then one has to ask, are all these mythological creatures been visited by something demonic?
Well, I don't know if it goes into mythology. It's more of lores at this point. Like that's what it really is. Like I said, it's mostly just snakes. And I guess if you want to equate that, because again, you want to go into the Adam and Eve aspect where the devil did transform himself into a snake.
Right.
And if you want to connect it that way, again, it's a very loose connection. But you have to sit there and think like how again, I'll go back to this. It has to be something. Now, if you want to sit there and say that most of these transforming, shape-shifting things are demonic in nature, you could make that argument. But you would have to. Then at that point, doesn't it become more of a religious type thing then?
Well, it actually, you got to ask yourself, if the demonic is behind it, it's not about a religion.
It's not about religion when you talk about demonic. It could literally just be any evil spirit whatsoever. Right. It doesn't have to relate to religion.
It's an entity, and you can put that in any religion you want. Every religion has an evil spirit. It's just a matter of which one you believe. It's like every religion believes in a god, Yahweh. They call it whatever they want, but it's one God. So and I believe that and that's the only way that I'm going to believe that these things actually exist, because I do believe they exist. Through the Navajo tribe, I do, without a doubt.
You believe that's evil in nature, though?
I do believe it is. There is evil. There has to be evil.
So any type of shapeshifter is evil in nature.
I have to believe they're the only ones that have the power. Just like, again, this is going to be off on a different subject here, but people call themselves witches. You have white witchcraft and black witchcraft.
Black magic.
The black magic will tell you they're summoning the Satan to do their bidding for him. The white witches are saying they're summoning the power of the earth. Well, the power of the earth doesn't exist. There's no such entity of the power of the earth. You're still calling on something that's doing your bidding for you, good or bad, and giving you unnatural power that you should not have. And, again, you can use that for good or bad, but it's still deriving from somewhere. Something is bringing that on. And that's, and again, go back to Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's what from reading them over the years, that's exactly what I've learned from them. All witchcraft is the same. It's how you use the witchcraft.
Oh, so we'll finish this episode out. So, Dad, do you believe in shapeshifters? Do you believe they are real?
It's a tough question, but I'm gonna surprise everybody. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not gonna give an explanation. I'm gonna say yes. I do believe they are real, but not everything that you hear is real. I do believe that there are forces that will do this, that can shapeshift and do that stuff, but I don't believe it's all through the world. That's just my take on it.
All right, Mr. West.
No.
Roadblock.
Eric, man, a few words. No. All right. Love it. I'm actually going to say no as well. I mean, I can believe in instances of things happening, and those are what spark the mythology, lores, folklores of what could be shapeshifters.
So basically you're saying it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
All right. I do believe in shapeshifters. I do believe that there was something that originated that had to sit there and say, what?
I do believe. You sound like the fucking Cowardly Lion. I do believe in
Oh
ghosts.
my
I do believe in
God,
spooks.
I can't
do
even
believe
get
in
through my
spooks.
end. You know what? Fuck you. All right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
I believe in a thing called shapeshifters.
I believe.
And again, I believe there has to be something that this all originated from, and that this is what we got. We got everyone's take on what they saw, everyone's side of the story. So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be better. I promise you that. But because we have a very interesting topic next week, something very close to our home, state over, I guess you want to say it. But we'll say it out. Just remember, everybody, question everything. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah, to me.
Good night, everybody.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc, or on Twitter at isthisrealpc, or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.